It was really interesting. So I've got a kind of an off-script question then, which I think might help people to kind of get their head around this a little bit more. Um, so let's start with this idea of kind of value. Obviously, other creatures can also, if we're speaking about value being fundamental property, other creatures could theoretically also be kind of moving towards or being involved with this sort of value theory. So you could think of something like let's use a Tyrannosaurus Rex, right? An extinct creature finding value in raising their offspring and hunting as a pack, and they're loving and killing and living as a group, and eventually are extinct. So that's an example. A sort of another example, and to bring it close to home, is humans. We are engaging in these different things, whether it be curing cancer or counting blades of grass. If you kind of stretch the time period far enough, everything kind of comes into question in regards to was what I would do, is anything that I do valuable at a fundamental level if it's going to end in the heat death of the universe, say, if we stretch time scales that far. So the sort of question, I guess, to kind of help people understand why value fundamentalism could still hold even if heat death of the universe is the state we're going to end up in, kind of what makes the decisions we make today, given the end of everything for all of us, we're going to die eventually, but humanity itself could or probably will go extinct someday. Sorry to break the bad news to everybody. So what makes it so that value transcends us or transcends the Tyrannosaurus Rex or whatever it is? Kind of what is it that gives value the ability to transcend or be fundamental or something we build our value upon?
I certainly agree that this isn't just something human beings do. I think there's a long trajectory of people starting to think, oh, only human beings have these special things, only human beings have consciousness, only human beings have agency. And over time, I think not just philosophers, but scientists also have come to appreciate that these special features are much more widespread than we previously thought. But I think it's important to distinguish two different questions here. One, does the universe have a purpose, a goal? Is there somewhere it's going? That's one question. Another question is the question of objective value. Do things have inherent significance, value, meaning? I think these two things can separate. Someone like William Lane Craig thinks they hang and fall together. If there's no point to the universe, it's all pointless, meaningless, worthless. But I'm more on the secular atheist side with this one. I think, even if it's all going to come to nothing, even if there's no purpose beyond the human or the biological realm, nonetheless, in the present moment, it seems clear that our lives can have inherent value and significance through how we choose to live. If we do things that are worth doing, that are, in my view, objectively worth doing, like kindness, creativity, the pursuit of knowledge, I think these things have inherent value, even if their effects are only temporary. Where I depart perhaps from certain secular atheists is that I think if there is some kind of cosmic purpose, which is the idea I take seriously in the book, there's perhaps the potential for more meaning, more significance. But nonetheless, some kind of significance is not, it doesn't hang or fall with there being a purpose to the universe.
Interesting. I get so many theists that I speak to when it comes to fundamental properties such as morality or value or things like this. It's almost because we are to partake in the expression of that in its completion, and they would point to something like God or the Trinity as the sort of perfect loving unity of Spirit, Father and Son, and they would say that we are able to, as image bearers, partake in this unity of complete love and value, morality, these sorts of things. Are being played out in sort of minor keys in our life to the major song, which is the sort of kind of Trinitarian view of Christianity, potentially. Or you can swap this out for Islam or whatever, but there's this idea that there is this deity that means that because it is going to be a permanent fixture, that we are, as conscious agents, able to partake in, that makes it fundamental. But what you're saying seems to be slightly different, which is totally fine and really interesting. I kind of wanted to push. If you enjoyed this clip, then head on over to Locals to access the full conversation right now. Supporters can access the video version, and everyone can access the audio-only version of the conversation. I'll see you over there.